Last time on Take One, we learned about the Excellence Bell, Sockeye Salmon, and Harry Styles. On this week's episode, a Facebook outage, the Zodiac Killer, and just for laughs, a story about a man and his squirrel nemesis. These stories and more up next on Take One. Bienvenidos a Take One, yo soy Melina Ramírez. Este lunes anterior, Facebook y todas las plataformas que poseen enfrentaron una escasez de DNS. Lo que esto significa es que los usuarios no pudieron utilizar sus servicios. Esto incluyó Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger y Oculus, la plataforma de realidad virtual de Facebook. Los fanáticos de Take One sabrán que esta no es la primera vez que informamos sobre las fallas de los servicios de Facebook. Lo que hace que esta vez sea interesante es que todos los usuarios huyeron a otras plataformas sociales como Twitter y Snapchat. Lo que resultó fue que los servicios de estas dos mismas empresas cayeron por tanto tráfico. ¿Quién sabe con qué frecuencia seguirán sucediendo incidentes como estos? Jenna, ¿qué noticias de los deportes tienes para nosotros ahora?
I'm glad you asked, Melina. Boise State volleyball was on the road twice this week as they played Air Force on Thursday and New Mexico Saturday. The Broncos beat Air Force 3-0 and lost 3-1 to New Mexico. They now hold a record of 14-4 overall and 3-3 in the Mountain West Conference. Congratulations on a great season so far, Broncos, and good luck in your upcoming games. In other news, Boise State football took on number 10 BYU in Provo, Utah this Saturday and won 26-17. This was the first top 10 win for the Broncos since 2014. This win also set BYU's record at 5-1 and Boise State's at 3-3. This was a huge win for Bronco Nation, especially competing in a sellout game of 63,470 fans. Congratulations on this victory, and as always, go Broncos. Now, Ryan Eckert interviews Nathan Snyder about how teachers and professors just love to rant.
You ever had that one professor that likes to rant and you have absolutely no idea what they're talking about or how this pertains to class? Well, I'm Ryan Eckhart, and here's what to know about teachers ranting at Boise State.
I feel an obligation to keep students interested. And I often find if I stay on topic, they lose interest and tune out. There's a thing in education we call novel stimulation to get somebody interested in a topic. And so novel stimulation is a pretty well-founded psychological idea to grab someone's attention. So sometimes kind of extreme topics are a way to redirect attention. And then it doesn't always work. And sometimes it can be kind of appear to be a waste of time. But there are times when I use this novel stimulation and then a redirection, and I can get people super involved in the topic matter.
So next time your teacher rants, give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe what they're ranting about will come full circle one day. I'm Ryan Eckhart, and that was what to know about teachers ranting at Boise State.
Thanks for that package, Ryan. It's very interesting to hear about Nathan's rants. Skylar, what's your favorite that you've heard of?
My favorite Nathan rant is him talking about P.T. Barnum. What a hack. Anyway, what's also fascinating is the United States has a deadly fascination with serial killers. Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the list goes on. But perhaps the single most mysterious on this list is the infamous Zodiac Killer, a killer that terrorized California in the late 60s, went his entire life without being caught, all while taunting the entire world with encrypted messages and letters. The United States' very own Jack the Ripper. Well, nearly 55 years later, 8 victims with only 2 survivors, we have an answer as to who this killer is. His name is Gary Francis Post. While the investigation is still underway, few details have been revealed about Post. What we do know is that he served in the United States Air Force, was a painter, and died in 2018 at the age of 80. The most bittersweet part of this is that Post will never answer for his crimes, something that he mocked in his letters to the police all those decades ago. The only closure to this is that the victims' families have finally been given the real name of the very person who hurt them, and those are the people we should keep our thoughts to, not this forgotten monster. Now, let's hear from some of our favorite jokesters, Ryan and Abby, in the Spec Studio.
All right, so if this guy's name was Gary, it's a pretty common name, and then our professor's name is Nathan, who's to say he isn't also a serial killer?
I've been saying this. and I need to finally spill the beans here. Nathan, I think, is a serial killer. Serial killers have like little things that just kind of make them go crazy, and Nathan has too many of them. He owns puppets, he won't tell us where he lives, and when people cross the street, he freaks out. And he rides a clown bike, so I'm like, okay, he's a killer. So that's all I gotta say.
100%.
It adds up.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good
if you're
theory.
not seeing it, you're blind. That's all I gotta say.
The classic conflicts, man versus man, man versus self, and man versus squirrel. In North Dakota, one man named Bill Fisher is learning the hard way that squirrels always win. It's a battle that's been taking place over the past 8 years. The fluffy fiend keeps filling Fisher's truck with walnuts, and despite how hard he tries, the man can't seem to keep them out. The man removed a whopping 348 pounds of walnuts from his truck in just the last month, stuffed inside the hood, the bumper, and even the wheels and doors. He's tried to keep the squirrel out by covering his truck in hot sauce, but that only seemed to attract it even more. Granted, if all I ate were walnuts, I'd probably want some spice too.
What's up, Playboys? It's your man's Ryan Sieckert, aka the only reason you're watching. That's right, I said it. Got a problem with it? Then text me anonymously. My number is 208-473-1050. Well, anyway, I got some things I need to get off my chest. And yes, I mean every word of what I'm about to say. First order of business. Why is our quarterback so sexy? So sexy, yet so bad at football, maybe he should spend less time worrying about his hair chutney and more time worrying about not throwing the ball into triple coverage. I make those throws in my sleep, and yet he's the one getting paid. Sorry. Laid. Second thing, what's with all these girls on the show? Didn't realize this was Desperate Housewives of BTV. Next, and completely related, can we get some more talent up in here? Or just guys in general? I think I speak for everyone when I say, guys do it better. And once again, my name is Ryan Cade Sieckert, and these are my own words. I like the Lakers, Dodgers, Hurricanes, forest fires, black licorice, and most importantly, my president, Mr. Donald J. Trump. 4 more years, Donnie! 4 more years. And did I mention that I walked to my car alone after class? Also, I am naturally unaware of my surroundings. So take that as you will. Also, did you know that the sixth sheep's sick? In case you missed that, let me repeat it. The sixth sheep's sick. Good thing I don't have a lisp, but I do have herpes. And always go Cougars of BYU. I got hemorrhoids and herpes now, so what do you think?
You should go to the doctor.
I got a few more weeks. Oh, well, our producers have yet pulled another video from the archives. So let's see what they have for us on today's flashback.
Hello and welcome to our show, Bronco Confessionals. I'm your host, Nate Towery, here with Kimberly and Devin.
I have a confession. It says, I recently just found out that I'm the other woman. Now, you know what? I would know if I'm the other woman instantly.
Well, first of all, you weren't looking. I mean, that's...
But you have a feeling. You know when you're the other.
I know, it's screwed up, though. And
when he can't show up on your birthday, when you don't get a Valentine.
I agree that, yeah, you're important. If you're important to them, you're important at any time.
I fully like one of my brothers. And I have thought very dirty thoughts about him almost every day since Saturday.
Whoa.
Well, Saturday was pretty
What happened
recently.
Saturday? Jeez.
I know, that's pretty gross.
That's messed up on some levels that I can't even relate to.
Confess to a therapist.
So this person says, this was 7 hours ago. Men that can pull off facial, either scruff or a full beard, make me wet. Put a flannel shirt on me, I'm yours. Love that lumberjack look.
I know who they're talking about.
I don't
Come
really...
on up. Come on up.
Can you describe them?
Well, he has a beard. He kind of looks like a lumberjack some days. Most days.
I don't know. I think I'm not really getting a picture here. Oh,
We found your guy.
Hey. Did you give her your flannel already? Hey, go leave a comment. It was posted 7 hours ago, so.
I will.
All right, sounds good.
Back to you.
We're helping everyone out there.
Well, thank you for watching our show, Bronco Confessionals, with Kimberly and Devin. I'm your host, Nate Towery.
Out of all the videos they had to choose from, why that one? Why do you think?
I think they're sending you a message that you might be the other woman. Sorry. Well, I'm in the mood to hear some Would You Rather questions. Let's see what Kerry has out for us on campus.
Yeah, Kerry.
Hello, my name is Kerry Loughran, and I'm here in the Student Union building between the admissions office and the spec. Oh, there's Kyle right there. Hey, Kyle, you got some time for some Would You Rather questions?
Yeah, I could spare a minute or two.
Wonderful. All right, so my first question for you is, would you rather spend 5 years in jail or a decade in a coma?
I think I'm going to have to go with a decade in a coma. At least I don't know, like, the conception of time at the time, so I can just assume I had a quick power nap.
All right. Do you think that you could hold your own if you did have to go to jail for 5 years?
Not a chance.
Fair enough. My next question for you is, would you rather swim in a pool filled with Nutella or maple syrup?
I'm going to go with Nutella. I mean, they're both, like, density-wise, kind of the same, roughly. And I just feel like the only difference is maple syrup's a lot more sticky.
Yeah, I don't know very many people that like to be sticky. It's not a good thing to be. One last question for you. Would you rather let everybody look through the pictures on your phone or all of your text messages?
I'm probably going to go let all through my photos. I mean, most of the stuff I have there are stuff for homework assignments, memes, and just casual, regular photos. I mean, not really anything there for anything to be worried about.
All right, I'll take your word for it. For the memes, you know? Now we're going to toss it back over to Ryan and Abby in the spec.
Wow, great job, Kerry.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? You want to be in jail for 5 years or in a coma for a decade?
This is a tough one. But then I always think back to what I always live by, and that is ball is life. And so you can't play basketball, you can't ball for 10 years in a coma. But if you go to jail for 5 years, they got basketball courts. They got more people, to play against, help me improve my game. I can work on my craft. And then once I'm out of jail, I'll be in my prime, sign a 10-day contract with the Lakers. LeBron's going to take me under his wing, and we're going to win a championship. So, to me, jail.
10-day contract.
Yeah, because, I didn't go to school for ball, so they got to kind of see what I'm made of.
All right, fair enough. You could also work out every day, you could be a unit, it'd be good.
Yeah, I do that before I go to bed in jail, But, during the daytime, it's time to grind.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
You got to get that championship.
All right, well, let's send it back over to Melina, Jenna, and Skylar in the 360 studio.
McDonald's has recently stated their desire to drastically reduce plastics and offer sustainable Happy Meal toys globally by the end of 2025. The toys exist as momentary happiness for children and don't break down for lifetimes. Many companies and government departments don't count the toys as single-use plastics because they aren't meant for reuse. Yet they are manufactured with cheap materials and, as a result, break very quickly. These toys end up in landfills and are often too small to be picked up by recycling sorting machinery. McDonald's is working on developing alternatives to these plastic toys, as they have determined that certified fiber and plant-derived products will result in around a 90% decrease in virgin fossil fuel-based plastic. The chief sustainability officer for the company stated, "Protecting the planet for our shared future demands that we look at all parts of our business, including the customer experience." Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next episode where we finally unpack all the unresolved issues between Ryan and Jordan. Thank you to all of our excellent crew and writers for this episode. I'm Jenna Vitamonti.
I'm Skylar Nations.
Y yo soy Melina Ramírez. Te vemos la próxima vez en Primera Toma.